Jason, Kyle, and Nick from Decker's Pondscapes. We're starting a new project in Glenville, New York, and we are going to be putting a grotto in a pool. You ever done that before, Kyle?
I haven't, but I'm excited to.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I know Al's done stuff like this. He's built grottos before, so today we are going to start forming up our base for this grotto. We're going to be pouring like 42 inches of concrete for our base. So we're building forms today for this. We are actually going to be building this grotto above this seating area where Nick is currently digging out right now, making sure we get our 42 inches all the way around. And the grotto is actually going to go over the top of that sitting area. So today we're forming it up and we'll get you going. Hey, it's Jason from Decker's Pondscapes for the 15th time.
You're an idiot.
It's Jason from Decker's Pondscapes. Last Friday, me, Kyle, with a little bit of help from Nick. This morning we got here, and Kyle, Nick, Jack, and Alan got all the rebar ready for this. Although there's going to be 42 inches of concrete, you could never be too safe, I guess, if you wanted to say it. I mean, we want to strengthen this thing as much as possible because there are going to be people sitting underneath this grotto. Now we wait for concrete.
Concrete, Jay.
Are you ready?
So one of the hard things about limestone is that it can fracture fairly easy. Although it's very dense, you have all these little fissures and stuff in there, and sometimes you can accidentally break off a layer when you're thumbing it. So when you're thumbing these rocks, just to unload them, you have to be real gentle with them and have that soft touch, just like you would with a woman.
Right now, Alan's unloading our trucks that we've got limestone in, and he's setting these up, and he's setting them up in a certain way that Kyle can wash them easy. Now, the reason Kyle's washing these is these are going to be going in on the side of the pool, and we want them as clean as we can before we put them next to that. We do not want it raining or anything, or the water coming off this and washing mud into the pool.
So we are finally back in Glenville, New York. We had been here about 3 weeks ago when we poured a footing for this grotto waterfall. We wanted to make sure that it was sturdy enough. So we got 21 yards of concrete in this footing. We got rebar, and it is 4 foot deep. So it is not going anywhere. Then after a little bit, we had to come back and set some of our anchor rocks so that the pool guy could come in and do all his apron, and man, did he do a great job. Also, on the other side of the pool, we put in this jump rock, and the way he just worked all that concrete around that jump rock just makes it look perfect. So let's take a look at it. So across the way over here, that is the jump rock, and all underneath there is the concrete. Did a perfect job so you don't see any gaps. And then these are the anchor rocks that we had to set so he could do this beautiful apron all the way around. One of the things I wanted to make sure of is that they had this sitting area, because if you're going to have a 4-foot grotto, you want to make sure that you can come in and hang out underneath it, and that's exactly what happened. He did a beautiful job in there too. Everything's nice and smooth. We have all these natural rock that we're going to be using alongside of there, and then all the way up. So we got a lot of work to do in a short time. In the footing, we left rebar, so then that way, once we get all our rocks on not only the inside but the outside, what we're going to end up doing is just pouring concrete in there and make a wall, because we have some 10-inch beams that we want to carry that really big stone on the top. There's a couple of reasons why we need to wash these rocks off. Normally when we're building a pond or something, we'll wash everything down at the end. But being that we're up against a swimming pool, we don't want any of that dirt in that pool. I almost said pond. And we got to make sure that the mortar adheres to these rocks, so we got to wash them up really, really well. Then when we put the bed of mortar down and it squishes in there, everything will take and get really solid. All right, so right now we have this whole area prepped. All throughout this area, we had rebar. We went both vertical, horizontal. We went every which way to tie all this stuff in. Being a grotto, people are gonna be around it. We wanna make sure everything is really secure. One of the things with limestone is, you can see how it has all this ripple and different texture in it. So right now we're getting ready to dry fit this next piece. After we dry fit it, we'll take it back out and then it'll get a whole bed of mortar. So when you put that piece in there, it'll squish down and it'll create its nice level spot and make it super secure. That's what Kyle's doing all through this. After we set that rock, he's pointing all that up in there and then giving it a little bit of texture so it looks just like the lime rock that we're using for this.